Imagine having to sell yourself, your dignity, your self-respect, just to survive. It's a reality for many older women in certain parts of the world. This is the unseen reality, an uncomfortable truth that many of us may find hard to swallow. In 4 specific corners of the globe, older women are driven to sell themselves to strangers, not out of choice but of necessity. The reasons behind this are as complex as they are heartbreaking. Imagine a life where poverty isn't just a word, but a lifelong companion. A world where opportunities are as scarce as water in a desert. Societal pressures like an invisible hand pushing these women into a life they never envisioned. This isn't a tale of despair, but a testament to the resilience of human spirit. Today we delve into the lives of these women in 4 countries to shed light on their struggles and the dire circumstances that have led them to this path. First, we turn our eyes to Colombia, a country known for its vibrant culture and beautiful landscapes. Yet beneath the surface, a darker reality exists. In the heart of South America, Colombia, a land steeped in history and alive with color, hides a sorrowful truth that often goes unspoken. The country's older women, the matriarchs who've shaped the nation, are caught in a relentless struggle. With a poverty rate hovering around 30% and income disparity as stark as the Andes Mountains, these women are pushed to the periphery, their plight often overlooked. In a society where the average income is barely enough to scrape by, many of these older women are left with no choice but to sell themselves for survival. It's a harsh reality that's as bitter as the country's famed coffee. The number of women forced into prostitution is staggering, a chilling testament to the lengths one must go to in order to survive in this harsh economic climate. Let's take a moment to share a real-life story. Picture Maria, a woman in her 60s. Maria was once a seamstress, her hands weaving stories into every garment she touched. But after her husband's untimely death, she was left with nothing but debts and a family to feed. With no social safety net to catch her fall, Maria was forced to make a heart-wrenching decision. She stepped into the shadows, trading her dignity for a few pesos, just to keep her family afloat. Maria's story is not unique. It's echoed in the lives of countless other women who find themselves backed into a corner, with selling themselves as the only way out. In Colombia, the fight for survival often outweighs the preservation of dignity. It's a bitter pill to swallow, a stark contrast to the vibrant colors and lively music that the country is known for. But as we peel back the layers of this tropical paradise, we uncover a reality that demands our attention. For these women, the struggle is real and their stories deserve to be told. From South America, we journey to Asia, to the land of the rising sun, Japan. A place known for technological innovations is also home to a hidden, deeply troubling issue. Japan, a nation globally acclaimed for its technological prowess and cultural heritage, harbors a disquieting secret. Beneath the neon lights and the bustling cityscape lies a demographic crisis that has pushed many mature women to the brink of destitution. The nation is grappling with an aging population, currently a third of its total, with the figures projected to rise to almost 40% by the mid-2030s. Among these millions are women who have fallen through the cracks of a society that values youth and productivity. Despite Japan's economic strength, the poverty rate among older women is startlingly high. 1 in 5 women over the age of 65 lives in relative poverty, a rate that is double that of their male counterparts. In the face of such stark statistics, a growing number of mature women are turning to a heartbreaking means of survival, selling themselves to strangers. Prostitution, though shrouded in shame and taboo, has become an unfortunate lifeline for these women. Let's consider the story of Yumi, not her real name, who found herself in this predicament. After a lifetime of hard work, Yumi found herself alone and unable to meet her basic needs following her husband's death. With no family to turn to and a society that seemed to have forgotten her, Yumi made a choice that no woman should ever have to. She sold herself to strangers. Her story, sadly, isn't a singular one. It is echoed silently across the streets of Tokyo, Osaka, and beyond. Japan's older women are fighting a battle not against time, but against a society that has seemingly abandoned them in their twilight years. It's a silent struggle hidden away from the world's gaze, yet it's as real as the rising sun itself. In Japan, the sun doesn't rise for everyone. Next, our journey takes us to Africa, to Nigeria, where the struggles of older women often go unnoticed. In Nigeria, a country renowned for its vibrant culture and rich history, there lies an untold story. a story of struggle and survival that is lived by countless older women who have become the forgotten ones of their society. Poverty in Nigeria is a pervasive issue. A staggering 70% of the population live below the poverty line. The situation is even more dire for older women, who often lack the social and economic safety nets needed to navigate their twilight years with dignity and security. With the absence of effective social security systems, many of these women find themselves in desperate circumstances. An alarming number of them are forced to resort to selling themselves, their bodies becoming their last remaining asset in the battle against destitution. Let's take the case of Amina, a woman in her 60s from the bustling city of Lagos. Amina's story is one of resilience in the face of adversity. A widow and mother to 5 children, she found herself with no means of survival after her husband's sudden death. With no job prospects and a family to feed, Amina made the gut-wrenching decision to sell herself. Amina's story is not an isolated one. It echoes the experiences of countless older women across Nigeria who are forced to make unthinkable sacrifices in their fight against poverty. These women, who should be respected as the pillars of their communities, are instead left to fend for themselves in the harshest of conditions. The plight of these women is a stark reminder of the need for more comprehensive and inclusive social policies. Policies that ensure older women are not left behind in the struggle against poverty. Policies that respect their dignity and acknowledge their invaluable contributions to society. In Nigeria, the voices of these women are often drowned in the sea of societal challenges. But it's high time we listened, for their stories are a testament to their strength and resilience and a call to action for us all. Finally, we turn to Europe, to Greece, a country known for its rich history and stunning beauty. Yet it hides an unspoken tragedy. Here, beneath the shadow of the Acropolis, where democracy was born, a silent crisis is unfolding. In the aftermath of a decade-long economic depression, one of the longest in the developed world, older women in Greece find themselves cornered. The country's unemployment rate is one of the highest in Europe, and for women over 50, the situation is even more dire. They are often the first to be let go and the last to be hired back, if at all. The effects of this economic crisis have been devastating. Imagine the austerity measures like a relentless tide, washing away jobs, pensions, and hope. Picture a woman who once held a stable job, who once had a comfortable life, now left with no other choice but to sell herself to strangers for survival. This is not a myth from ancient Greece, but a harsh reality for many older women today. Take Eleni, for instance. Eleni was a teacher, shaping minds and futures, but when the crisis hit, she lost her job, her savings, and her dignity. With no other choice, Eleni turned to the oldest profession in the world. She became a shadow in the night, selling herself to keep a roof over her head and food on her table. Eleni's story is not unique. It echoes in the whispers of countless Greek women who, like her, have been forced into this tragic situation. The situation in Greece serves as a stark reminder of the brutal consequences of economic mismanagement and the societal cost of ignoring the vulnerable. It is a tragedy that goes beyond numbers. It is a tale of lost dignity, of desperation, and of a society that has failed its women. In Greece, the echoes of the past cannot drown out the cries of the present. Let us not turn a deaf ear to these cries. Let us acknowledge this unspoken tragedy and strive for a better, more equitable world. From Colombia to Japan, Nigeria to Greece, the struggles of these women are as diverse as they are similar. Their stories echo the same refrain, a desperate song of survival, sung in the face of crushing poverty and despair. Each tale is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, yet a grim reminder of the circumstances that robbed these women of their dignity and rights. Their struggles underscore the urgent need for us to address this global issue. It's not just about providing financial aid, it's about creating opportunities, enabling access to education, and fostering environments of respect and equality. It's about changing the narrative, one woman at a time. Raising awareness is the first step. Sharing these stories, spreading the word, these actions can make a difference. Let's stand up, let's reach out, let's be the change. It's a harsh reality, one that demands our attention and action. For every woman we help, we restore a piece of dignity, a piece of humanity.